Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdie.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel and Happy New Year. It is January the 2nd, 2023. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. On a wet and cold day. We've been having rain like you wouldn't believe. So hopefully wherever you are, you're warm, dry, and you had a great New Year's. And so today is my Mimeograph Monday with a twist. So if you are new, it basically means I'm going to do a card out of the catalog, my version of how I think the card was done. And then I'm going to do a twist on it. So I'll be doing two cards today. And this has been a pretty popular series. And if you ever want me to do a card, let me know and I will try to do that. And it's super fun. I love the challenge to try to come up with a different kind of card. Sometimes it's quite a difference. And then sometimes it's just a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to turn the camera, close your eyes for a second while I get adjusted. Did you see my fancy lounging pants that I got on there? I was saying the other day, if I'm at home, I'm not going anywhere, I'm pretty much always in loungewear. Not pajamas. I do get out of my pajamas, but I do put on some nice comfortable pants. Alright, so I think that's fairly straight. Okay, so I have a few things to go over. It is a new year, new month, so I do have a new host code for the month. So if you're placing an order in my store that's less than $150 before tax and shipping, please use this code here. And if you're ordering $75 before tax and shipping, you will earn goodies and guts. And I still have to do that video, and so watch for that. If you are in one of my stamp clubs, don't use the code because you have your own private code. And if you're ordering over $150 before tax and shipping, don't use the code because I want you to get your own hostess benefits. All right, I still have room in my January class in the mail, and that's the super cute friendly gnomes. And I do have a video that talks about it a little bit more, but you will do the 4 cards. You'll get your cute little gnome that's shown here, and you'll decorate him. And you want to make sure you let me know what name you want on your gnome so that I give you the appropriate tag. So when you're decorating him, you can put his name on him or her. And so yeah, so like I said, I'm about half full. You can get just the stamp set and the loose daisy embellishments, and that's $62. It includes, you know, the supplies and everything to make the projects. Nothing is stamped. You'll have to you know, use your stamp set. But if you want the die, there is a die. It's the current die that we have right now. Also cuts out some of the little pieces. So if you don't have that die and you want it, you can increase the class to 93, and then you'll get that die. Now the dies are while supplies last, and then you'll also earn a celebration. Celebration starts January the 5th, so just a few more days. All right, so make sure. Now that is USA only. Okay, so let's get to what we're using today. These are some of the things that I'm going to be using today during the video. So I'm going to use the new Metal Plate 3D, the Legendary Ride, and it has a matching die, so I'm going to use that as well. I'm also going to be using the Harvest die. This is a great one because it's got some fun pieces, but it has this really neat long die to cut out greetings, so it worked out perfect. All right, so that's what I'm going to use. And also the Ready to Ride DSP. This pack of paper is so gorgeous. I mean, it is a specialty one because it's got foil, embellishment kind of thing. See how it's embossed? so it's extra special. So yeah, so look at that. So I'm going to use this DSP as well. So I have a feeling, I'm not even a motorcycle person, and I love this paper. So I have a feeling this paper will run out fast. All right, so let's get to the fun part. All right, I'm also going to be using the adhesive back studs. So these are some new embellishments that go with that as well. All right, so we're also going to use that. Okay, so let's get to, now this first card will be my catalog, like the Mimeograph Monday. This is the catalog version one. And now the recipe, which I have over here, so this is where I figure out. Now you can get the recipes, not right now, not till January the 5th on my blog. Then it'll be on my blog. It's not there right now because this catalog isn't live yet. But I have my recipe, so that's how I figure out, you know, at least what supplies were used. Now they did have basic gray, and then I forgot that they had said that, and I had already made my card base be the thick vanilla, so I just left it as that. So I have a feeling that they had the basic gray was their card base. All right, so these are just some of the pieces I'm using. This is the inside. You know how I always like to decorate the inside. All right, so this is going to be a what is this, vertical card? All right, so this DSP is cut the same size as the card. So I'm going to use my green tip glue. Now the green tip glue is what's in the catalog, the Tombow Multi. I just call it green tip. I have just put it in this little container. I've had several people ask, like, well, what glue are you using? And this is just simply the Tombow Multi that we have in the catalog. And I just have these little Amazon bottles, and I just put it in there. So, but it's just in the catalog. All right, so then I'm just going to put this on here. Now, by using the green tip or the Tombow, it allows me to wiggle that in place because you have a little bit of wiggle room with that adhesive, where if I used the seal, it would be pretty much stuck. All right, so there we have. Isn't that so fun? It makes me think of like a fancy kitchen. You know, they have that checkerboard tile or whatever. All right, now this is the foil. There's a foil pack of paper. I have glue on my finger. Foil pack of paper. And this is that metal plate. I showed this to Jeff and he was pretty impressed. And I go, it is just foil paper run through the embossing folder. All right, so then that is simply going to get glued on here. And then I'm just using, I think I use green tip glue almost for the whole thing, because this is a 3D, so it's got that extra sticky. All right, so that's gonna go on here, and I cut it a little longer, so I'll be trimming that. Okay, then this DSP has some fun like pictures, so I just trimmed that out. And we'll stick that on as well. Okay, so that's going to go about here. So this is a pretty, both these were pretty fast because a lot of the card is just simply the DSP. So you can use the, you know, the die to cut it out and everything. All right. Now this piece, I want to stamp my greeting. So I'm going to use the Memento. And the greeting we're using is the Right On, It's Your Birthday. And we're just using the Memento ink. And then we're just going to fussy cut that out. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for a second. Alrighty. Then this is DSP. and the die cuts that out. So there's several motorbikes. The die doesn't cut them all out because there's all different kinds of motorbikes. So if you're a motorbike person, you might, you know, go, oh, well, that's a whatever, or that's a whatever. I'm just calling them motorbikes because I have no clue. All right, so this is going to go on here, and I'm going to use some dimensionals to stick this on the card. Like that. So like I said, it's fairly easy. And the twist card, I tried to make it be a little more girly. All right, so we've got our motorbike on there. We have our ride on, it's your birthday, and I'm just going to fussy cut that out. Very simple. I'm just looking at the edges of my letters, and that helps me go straight. And if it's not perfect, that's fine. All right, so we're going to put this on too with some dimensionals. But that metal plate, I don't care if you're a boy or a girl, it's pretty cool. All right, so we've got our ride on, it's your birthday. And that should be good and dry by now. So then I'm just going to open up my card, and I'm just going to simply trim that overhang off. Now, usually if I'm going to use an embossing folder, so excuse me, sometimes I will cut the paper a little bit bigger, because when you run it through the embossing folder, it kind of shrinks your paper just a little bit, right? To make all these bumps and stuff, it pulls your paper in a little bit. So if you cut it identical to your card, it's going to be short a little bit. So I usually cut it just a tad longer so that you can trim it. All right, so let's put the inside of our card with this fun paper. And I'm going to leave this one plain. The one I did before, I put a greeting, so I'll show you. That way I have a plain one to use. I like to kind of keep some plain note cards on hand, so I can always add a note out if I need to. Or if I'm using it, you know, as a thank you card, I'll just put a post-it note in there, and then the person getting it can use the card if they want. All right, so we want also to use these fun embellishments. So these are super cute. All right, so we're just going to use our pick tool, and we're just going to lay them on our bike. So there's these rectangle-y things, which are like pipes or something. They're just fun. They're kind of like a brushed silver, and then the black ones are really shiny. All right, where else do I want them? I want a couple on here. So it just makes the bike look more realistic. All right, so there's our embellishment. So here is the first card. So this is the catalog version. So let me show you the one I did earlier. And then this one, I did put You Are Legendary in the inside, where I kept this one plain. So I did You Are Legendary, and then it has these fun flames. So I just stamped a couple flames so it looked like the bike has already skedaddled and left the card. So anyway, all right, so that's the catalog version. So now let's get to my twist one. All right, so the twist, like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit more girly. All right. Now this is very vanilla. I don't use very vanilla very much, but very vanilla is on this cardstock. So that's what's getting used. And whenever I pull it out, I'm always like, why don't I use it more often? All right, so I also want to change the layout of this one. I'm trying to be straight. It's straight in one part and crooked in there. So I want to change the layout. Instead of being like a tall vertical card, I want this one to be a horizontal card. And I want to use these beautiful flowers here. Now the back side is cute too. So this paper is going to be one of those that you're going to have to struggle and decide which side do you want to use more, because, you know, the sides are all pretty cool. All right. So one side is more matte and then the other one is a shiny. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my green tip glue, my Tombow. I guess I should start calling it that instead of I've been calling it green tip for so long that just sticks on my head. So the Tombow Multi, to stick our cardstock or our DSP on there. And if it overhangs, we can just trim it. All right, so that's on there now. So we've got this pretty girly, you know, kind of girly paper, and I probably will have to trim it. All right, I also, like I said before, whether you're a boy or a girl, I love this metal plate stuff, so we're going to put that on there too. Get my glue. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. Green tip glue, multi-purpose, Tombow Multi. Let's come down a little bit. I'm just trying to visualize that it's even there. That looks pretty good. All right. Then we have this fun flame paper. Now, the bicycle, or the motorbike that I picked, I thought this one looked more like a girl motorbike because it's smaller. Because here is the one I used before. So to me, this looks more like a guy bike, and this looks more like a girl bike. But this one, you know, the die doesn't cut it out, but it's super easy just to trim with your scissors. Because it is just DSP, so it's, you know, got that DSP thickness, so it's super easy to cut out. And what I'm doing is I'm just looking ahead so I know which way to turn the paper. So I'm just squeezing with my scissors, and then I just turn the paper as I come around with my other hand, and it makes cutting out way easy. My granny she loved to cut stuff out, so I think when I'm cutting out, I'm channeling my granny. All right, so we're just going to quickly cut out our motorbike. So this is fun. So you get quite a few. You could sit there while you're watching TV. I love to cut out stuff while I have the TV on. But you want to have some good lighting though, so you don't cut off something that shouldn't be, or cut your finger instead. So just be careful if you are watching TV. Okay, so then I have these cute little flames, so they're going to go on here. So it's very similar to the other one. We're just doing the different orientation. All right, so I'm going to put those flames on there. This time though, I'm going to, let me put that lid on there. I'm going to put dimensional, so this will sit up a little bit, so that will change it just a tad. Like I said, sometimes my twists are a big change, and then sometimes it's just a subtle change. So I think today is more one of those subtle ones. All right, so there's our flames. And our motorbike. Oh, but you know what? Did I put the flames the wrong direction? I did. Let's see. I'm going to leave them. I put the flames. No one's going to notice, right? No one will notice. No one will notice. All right, so we're going to put our bicycle on. So more dimensionals. And then I also, so this is when I used that harvest die. All right, so we're going to put our bike. Okay, so we have our bike. So this is where I used the harvest die. So I wanted the greeting that says, "You are legendary." And I've just got a couple little chads on my die. So just use your little brush and it will clean them off. All right, so I want to put this on here so that the bike handle kind of overlaps it. So we're going to put a couple more. Dimensionals. There's a lot of dimension on this one. All right. Because I figure if I'm going to give this card to a girl, they're going to notice that dimension, where a guy will just go, wow, cool bite card, and he won't even like realize, oh, look at all the dimension. All right. So you are legendary. So I want that handle, or whatever that is, that right there, the handle of the bike. All right, so let's flip this over and do some trimming. So we're going to trim off that excess metal plate. And I'm also going to trim this. So see how that greeting is also popping out? I'm going to trim that off as well, because you want it to be able to fit in the envelope. So sometimes you can have things stick out, but not if it goes outside of like the main card. And then this is that little bit of DSP. I'm just trimming off the edge. So there's that. All right. So I'm also going to put some embellishments, but we also, I chose some different DSP. So look how cute this DSP is. It's got like scenery, and then there's wrenches on the back. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color. Not a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit on the cactuses, just to kind of emphasize. I mean, I am in Arizona, so I'm just going to put a little bit of green on the cactuses, and that's it. You could color the whole thing if you wanted, but all right. So now we'll put this on the inside, and again, I'm going to leave this one plain so I can use it as a note card later. And then we'll just trim those tails off of there. And then stick it in the card. And then we have to put our embellishments. So I'm going to use the black embellishments this time, just to change it up a little bit. All right, so that goes on the inside. All right, let me get this out of here. Off to the side. So when I flip the camera to say bye, that's where all the stuff goes, way over here. So that's what you're seeing off to the side. All right, so let's get our pick tool. And like I said, I'm going to choose the black ones this time. There's also these diamond things, and I wasn't sure what to do with those, so I didn't use them. All right, so we're going to put in our bicycle little black dot. Now these are shiny compared to the silver ones. So these are matte, and these are real shiny black. So what else would you use these for? They kind of remind me of jewelry. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna put oh, I dropped it. Here it is. We're gonna put these here on whatever that is. We're just gonna say they would go there along here. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, do I want to put any more? I think that's all I put on this bike. So anyways, so here is You Are Legendary. I just love all the texture and how it catches the light. All right, so let me show you so this is the catalog version. So right on, it's your birthday. So there's the catalog version. And then here is my twist. So it's very, very similar. Very similar. Just a different orientation, a different bicycle. The bike, one bike's going this way, one bike's going that way. Different greeting. You know, to me, I mean, I guess they're kind of both boy cards, right? But I think this would be cute if you did like a pink bike. All right, so let me turn the phone and say, see you later, alligator. So yeah, so hopefully when you can get, so you can't get this stamp set till January the 5th. That's when the mini catalog becomes live. So also Friday for my, is it Friday? Let me see. I'm looking at my calendar. Yeah. So Friday for my Dies shorts, I will be going through the new mini catalog and the celebration. We'll do a catalog flip through, so I can show you everything and answer questions if you have anything. And then tomorrow will be my Teach Me Tuesdays, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. I hope you enjoyed these cards. It was super fun to do, and I think I'll be making some more. We do know some motorbike people, and this paper is gorgeous. So anyway, so hopefully you like this as much as I did, and I will say see you later. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, and again, Happy New Year. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.